Hi there, hope you're doing well. So in this video, we're going to learn how to link the 3D model and the process flow model together, and we are also going to create the original model. Okay, so let's start without further delay. So the real power of using FlexSim comes from combining the strength of the process flow tool with the 3D visual. So in this tutorial task, we will learn how to link a process flow to the 3D flow so that the process flow can control the overall logic. We will also add an additional service desk to see how it affects our business system's overall statistics. So when we are finished, our simulation model will look something similar to this. Okay, so and your process flow will control the overall logic of the model. So here are the resources: service desk, desk worker, customer arrival and wait in line, customer gets service, unhappy customer leaves, worker helps customer. Okay, so using levels to connect the 3D model. In this tutorial, we will use levels extensively to link tokens in a process flow to objects in the 3D model. So process flows can control the logic of the 3D model using labels that contain a reference to a 3D object in the model. As the token moves through the activities in the process flow, the activity's logic can be applied to the object in the 3D model using the reference in the label. So consider reading more about the key concept about label here for more deeper understanding of how to work with labels in a process flow, but I will try to explain it thoroughly in this video as well. So in this model, we will use labels to link tokens to flow items in the 3D model. We will create a label named customer to link tokens in the process flow to the customers in the 3D model. So we will also create labels to keep track of the resources in the model, the two service desks, and the two desk workers. Step 1. Remove the flow logic in the 3D model. So before we can link the process flow model to the 3D model, we will need to remove all the old logic that controls the flow of customers in the 3D model. So this is referencing to this old logic we created in our previous model. So I'm just going to keep a save of that. So let's call it flex basic model v2 and another one as v3. Flex basic model v3. Okay, so first thing is saying that we will need to delete the customer arrival source and remove the port connection. Then we will remove the list logic from the waiting line queue, the service text, and the unhappy customer sync. So let's say to make these changes, click the customer's arrive source and press the delete key to delete it. Click the disconnect objects button on the toolbar to open a menu. Select disconnect objects to enter disconnection mode. Once you are in disconnection mode, you can remove a connection between two objects. Click the service desk processor. You will notice as you move your mouse that a yellow line will appear between the object you clicked and your cursor. Click the happy customer sync to remove the port connection. Press escape to exit the disconnection mode. Okay, so let's do that. Let's first delete this one, then click on the disconnect. So let's just select all of it. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. Okay. Click on the waiting line queue. In properties, expand the section titled output. Waiting line queue. Okay. So in the model, okay. Okay, let's just go back and open the saved model. Okay, so let's just separate this one and let's delete this one. And when you are in disconnect mode, click the service desk processor. Okay, so this is my service desk processor. Okay, so that's how to disconnect. And click the happy customer sync to remove the port connection. Okay, press escape key to exit disconnection mode. Okay, click on the waiting line QE. In properties, expand the section titled output. So press escape, click on the waiting line QE. In the output, click here. In the output, click the arrow next to the send to port box to open. Select first available. Click on the service desk. First available. Okay, so we are going to change this to first available. Okay, then we are going to click on the service desk. In properties, select the input and clear the full strategy checkbox. So click on the service desk. In the input, we don't need to select the full strategy anymore. Okay. Repeat the previous steps to remove the pull logic from the unhappy customer sync. So the input is not going to be pull. Okay. Now let's save the model. Add new objects and change the 3D visual. So in this step, we will add some new objects to the 3D model. We will add to visual object, a shape object that will act as an entrance to the customer service center, and the plane to represent the back room of the customer service center. We will also add an additional service desk and two workers to help customers at the service desk. By adding this additional service desk, you will be able to study the ideal number of service desks and employees that will be needed to meet customer demand. After you have added this object, you will then change the visual properties of some of the objects to make them look more realistic or functional. You will change the color of the back room area so that it is more visible, and you will make the service desk look more like desk, and you will change the visual appearance of the workers so that they look different from the customers. So when you are finished, your 3D model should look similar to the following image. Okay, so make these changes from the library. Add the following objects to the 3D model, a shape under the visual group. So let's see. So here is the shape under the visual. Then we are going to take a plane under the visual. Then we are going to take a processor under the fixed resources group. Then we are going to take two operators under the task executor group. Okay, so now all the elements are here. So now, so you can change the visualization of the operator. Just go there and you can select any one from here. Okay, so now we need to change the name of the new objects. So the shape is going to become entrance. The plane is going to become the back room. The first processor is going to become service desk 1, and the second processor is going to become the service desk 2. The first operator is going to become desk worker 1. Okay, so now we have renamed all of the new elements. So click the back room to select it. In properties, click the arrow next to the color box in the visual section to open the color selector. Select the lightest yellow color. So we're going to collect here under colors, visual tool, texture, labels, color should be color box, color box. Mm, In properties, click the arrow next to the color box in the visual section, color box. I can't find it. Okay, this one. Let's pick the lightest yellow color and then change the x-axis x-size to 3.0 and from the library drag out a basic effort under the fix resources. Basic effort. Library drag out a fix effort. Okay, so here is a basic effort. Now click on the service text and properties, expand the visuals. Click the sampler next to the shape field and click on the basic effort object that you dragged out. This should change the service text to a basic box shaped like the basic effort. Click the sampler. Let's click on the service desk and click on the service desk. Take the sampler, select this, and it will become like this one. Okay, same for this one. Click this one and sample to the basic effort. Okay, so now click the color arrow box to select the second lightest gray color. So let's click here, click here, second lightest gray color. Okay, same for this one. Okay, now in the visual section, change the following sizes 1.3, 4, 1.3 and 4. Okay, so for the service test too as well, once the shapes have been selected, you may delete the basic FR object. If needed, rearrange the 3D object so that they look more like the image of the model at the beginning of the step. Mm. Okay, so now let's rearrange it so that it looks quite similar to the original model. So two service decks side by side, decks worker 1. Okay, so so that's the end of the step 2. So for step 3, we are going to add 3D object to groups. So as it was mentioned in the introduction for the previous step, we added an additional service desk so that we can experiment with how much an additional desk will affect the customer statistics. In the future, we might possibly want to add any number of service desks so that we can find the optimal number of desks and employees, especially if customer traffic patterns change. In order to make our model scalable for more than one service desk, we will want to add the service desk to a group. We will also want to create an additional group for the desk workers. In future step, we will link both of these groups to the process flow. To create this group, click the Toolbox tab in the left pane to open the toolbox. Click the Add button to create a menu. Select Group to add a new group. And in the name box at the top of the Properties window, change the name of this group to Service Desk. Okay, so in the toolbox, we're going to create a group. So click on the plus sign and click on the group. And once we click on the group, in the name box of properties, change the name of this group to Service Desk. Okay, so this is going to become Service Desks. Okay, so now click the sampler button to enter the sampling. Select Service Desk 1 and Service Desk 2. So I'm going to click on the sampler button. I'm going to select Service Desk 1 and I'm going to select Service Desk 2. So after that, Close the window by clicking the X in the top. Confirm that the new service desk group now appears in the toolbox under Group. Close. So I have a group here now called Service Desks. Okay. Okay. So now I need to create another group. I will call this group as Desk Workers. And I'm going to click on the sampler and I'm going to select the worker 1 and the worker 2, and I'm going to close it. It will appear here. So once we have confirmed that, we are going to save the model and move forward to step 4, which is the process flow. So your process flow is about to become a little more complex. For that reason, it might be a good idea to use some container shapes to keep your activities organized. Adding and naming process flow shape can help keep your process flow more organized so that you can easily follow the logic of a process flow. When you are finished, your process flow will look similar to the following image. It will have the resources, it will contain the customer arrivals and waiting lines, it will contain the customers getting the service, it will contain the customers who leaves and the workers who help the customer. Okay. To make these changes in the process flow, delete the two connectors between the stacked block of activities. Be aware that this might cause some error messages to appear. So let's first go to the process flow and let's connect these connectors. Let's delete these connectors. Okay. Now from the library under display, add 5 container steps to the process flow. Let's go to library and on here under display, we need to add 5 containers. 1, 2, okay, so the name has to be resources. Now the second one is customer arrives and waits in line. Customers arrives and waits in line. Let's say the third one, unhappy customers leave. Unhappy customers leave. The fourth one, customers get service. The last one is going to be worker helps customer. Okay, so now move the resource service desk to the resources shape. Resource service desk, this one. Okay, I'm going to drag it and I'm going to put it in the resources. Move the stack block with the source customer arrival to the customer arrives and waits in line shape. Okay, for some reason we deleted this, but it shouldn't have been deleted. Now they're telling us to do it. Okay, so I'll just put it. Okay, it has to be put on top. Okay, so now they are telling us to put this here, right here. Customer arrives and waits in line. Okay. Now move the sync unhappy customers activity to the unhappy customers live space. This will come here. And then what will happen? Click the stack block with the delay service time activity to select it. Click the scissors button. Okay, we need to separate these two. Now click the scissors button between activities, separate all of them. Okay. Now yes, let's save it. Add additional process flow activity. So from here we are going to start working on the main logic and we'll move forward with it. Okay. So in this step, we will add activities to our process flow that will control the logic of the 3D model. When we are finished with this step, our process flow will look something similar to this. Okay, so for now, we will merely add and connect these activities to the process flow. We will edit the properties to add the functionality in a later step. To add this activity in the resources shape, add an additional resource shared asset under shared asset. Okay, so we need to go to shared asset and take a new resource and put it here. Name it desk worker. Let's resize it. Okay. Next, in the library under the object group, drag a create object activity and drop it in the customer arrives and wait in line shape between the source and the acquire. Okay, so under object, create object, okay, right here. So create object and we need to put it between the source and the acquire. Okay, so I'm going to send this to here and I'm going to put it also here. Okay. Okay, now continue to insert the following activities after the create object and activity and before the acquire get service activity. This is so okay, so continue to insert and before the acquire activity, a travel activity under task sequences. Okay, before this one, travel, a move object activity under object. Okay, so this should be looking. Hmm. In the library under the object, okay, fine, we did it. We also did it. Rename the activities in the stack block as follows. Create object customer. Then travel customer to waiting line. Then move object, move customer into line. Then acquire get text service. Okay, okay. Customer arrives and waits in line. Okay, so this is how it should look. Which is our one is also looking like this. First, okay. Now in the unhappy customers leave shape, add the following activities before the sync. Unhappy customers activity to create a stack block. A move object activity under objects. A travel activity under task sequences. Move, travel, destroy, sync. Okay, so the move will go on top. So the name of the move object is to become move customers to unhappy customers, customers to unhappy customers, then destroy object, unhappy customers leave. Okay. Hmm. Now, unhappy customers leave. This is the way it should look. In the customer get service, create a new stacked block with the following activities, not including the delay activity, and acquired resource activity under the shared asset. So it should look like this: acquired, move, split, acquire, move, split. Okay, so once we have done as requested, let's rename the new blocks. Okay, so we need to change the name of the acquire to acquire get desk. Okay, okay. In the worker helps customer shape add the following activities, but do not connect them into a stack block. Two travel activities, a sync activity. Hmm. First travel is going to become desk worker to service desk. The second one is going to become desk worker to back room. Sync task sequence complete. Okay. Move the travel desk worker to service desk activity so that it is parallel to the travel customer to service desk activity. Okay, so it says that we have to make this travel block or activity parallel to this travel block. Okay, and this one has to be parallel to this one. Okay, so I can see my one is looking similar to this one. Okay, okay, so moving on to the step 6, we will notice that in the previous step we added some coordination activities, the split and the synchronize. Okay, depending on setting up the connectors between an activity correctly. So for that reason, we will work on connecting all the activities correctly in this step. So important thing to pay attention to is making sure you connect the activities in the right order so that the connector rankings are correct. Okay. When you are finished, your process flowchart should look similar to this. To connect these activities, create a connector going out from the acquire get service desk activity to the acquire get desk worker. So from here, it should come here. Okay. And create a second connector going out from the acquire get service desk activity to the move customer to unhappy. So from here it has to go up. Okay. Now create a connector going out from the split coordinate task activities task sequences activity to the travel customer to service desk. Okay. Now create a connector going out from the delay service time activity to the synchronize desk worker. Okay. So from here, hmm, The step number 12 is that matching with the image. Like in the text, it's saying that take a second connector from here. Oh yeah, it's connecting. Okay, it's connecting to the back room. Okay. Text worker to service desk. So that's the connection. So this was not very easy. Okay. So confusing at some points because they haven't yet explained the logic. So hopefully in the next step, they are going to explain what they did here. And after that, it might become more reasonable. Right now, because now we are working in the blind. They just told us to make the connections without telling us why we are connecting it. Now let's see in the step 7. Okay, so in this step, we'll the properties for the new activities we added in one of the previous steps. In this step, we will edit the logic that will affect the customer arrival and the waiting line. We will also start setting up some of the labels that will work. um, that will link tokens in the process flow to objects in the 3D model. So the following is an overview of how the activities in the process flow will function. So we'll come to this later. First, let's see. It's telling us that click the resource service desk shared asset to select it. In the properties, click the arrow next to the reference box to open a menu. Point to group, then select service desk. Okay, so in the acquire get desk worker. Okay, click in the resource. Let's click here and click the arrow next to the reference and go to the group and select the desk workers or the service desks. Uh, First, let's do this one. Group service desk. Okay. So once we have done that, repeat the previous step for resource desk worker. Then we are going to come to desk worker. We're in the reference. We're going to go to the group and we are going to select the desk workers. Okay. So click the create object customer activity to select it. Okay, click here, expand this one, create object customer. Click the arrow next to the object box and select the, I don't see it. This is the object. Uh, Flow items. Let's go to flow items. Then we have to go to man. Okay. Then click the create at button. Then click the sampler button in the 3D model. Right, okay, sampler in the 3D model. Mm, Click the entrance to open a menu. So this is our entrance. To open a menu, select entrance from the menu. This one, sample this object. Okay. So once we have done that, customer's arrival, in the assign to box, type token.customer. Token.customer. I'm not sure if this is available customer. Who is the customer here? Token.customer. Okay. Token.customer assigned to token.customer. Okay. What does this level do? Okay. The customer level will link the token in the process flow with the flow item that was created in the 3D model. It will be used throughout the process flow to reference the customer that is tied to this token. Okay, fine. Click the travel customer to waiting line. Let's hide this. Travel customer to waiting line. In properties, click the arrow next to the executor. Point to token level and customer. Okay. Okay, got it. Next to the destination button, click the sampler. Go to the 3D model and click on the waiting line. Select waiting line and this will sample it. Wait until complete. Yeah. So click the move customer to waiting line So this will become token.customer. Let's go to token level and it will become customer. The destination will become click the acquire get service desk. This will become customer. Now click the acquire and assign to label box. Delete the current text and type. Okay, so this is acquire get service desk token dot resource. This will become service desk. Okay, token dot service desk. Time will become 200. The service desk label will store a reference to the specific service desk that was acquired through this activity. This label will tell the customer and the desk worker which desk they need to travel to. Okay, got it. Assign to service desk. Okay. Let's save the model. So that was the end of step 7. So up to this became clear. Okay. So that means source, and then we are connecting this token with the customer in the 3D space through the token. So the token customer, this is helping us to identify which customer is assigned to this token. Okay, let's go to the step 8. In this step, we will edit the properties for the activities in the customer leaves and unhappy customers leave shapes. We will edit the activities that will release the acquired resources and remove both the happy and unhappy customers from the 3D model. Okay, so let's see. In the unhappy customer leave shape, click the move customer to unhappy customers. So click here. So click the arrow next to the objects and go to token level and assign customer. Okay, so it will tell which customer it has to go here. So destination box and select model. Okay, so what is this model actually? Reference the model's root node. Okay, fine. Preserve global position. Okay, so click the travel customer to unhappy customers activity to select it. Click the travel unhappy customer. Okay, fine. So the move block actually belongs to the object. Okay, so now we are coming to travel customer to unhappy customer. task sequence. Okay, token label, then select customer. Okay, destination is going to become the unhappy customers. Hmm. Destination is the unhappy customer. Click the destroy object. So this will destroy the token. This will become customer and consider saving the model. Okay, sync unhappy customers. Okay, so edit the customer service logic. In this step, we will edit the properties for the customer service activities. We will use two of the coordination process flow activities for the first time in this step, the split and the synchronize activities. So this is very new, okay? So coordination activities are useful when you have different processes that will happen concurrently and you want all of them to be synchronized with each other. Unlike, so this is like a parallel process, okay? So unlike the process flow activities, the behavior of coordination activities is mostly determined by the incoming and outgoing connector. For that reason, you won't need to edit their properties as much as simply make sure the connectors between the activities do what you need them to do. So let's see what we need to do. So create this functionality in the customer get service shape. Click the acquire get destination work. Click here, go to sampling mode, click the resource text workers. Okay, so now it's connected to the desk worker and in properties assign label to. This will become desk worker. So it will know which desk worker is serving this customer. So now click the move customer to service desk. Okay, this will become customer. Destination is going to become model. And check the preserve global position checkbox. Click the split coordinate task activities. In the properties, click the click rate as and select child tokens. Okay, create child token. Confirm that the level access and parent only box is checked. Okay, it's checked. Okay, click the travel test worker to service activity in the worker's customer shape. In the properties, click the arrow. In the properties, click the arrow next to the task sequence and the task sequencer will become to customer. No, this will become desk worker because this has to go to the desk. Okay, it has to go to the desk worker. Customer to service desk. Okay, it's like um, desk worker, and this will become Service desk. Wait until complete. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, so yeah, something is wrong. So I have to click here. Travel desk worker to service desk. Desk worker to service desk. And this will become executioner will become the desk worker and the destination is going to become the service desk. This is for this one. And the next step is to come here, customer to service desk. This is going to become the execution is definitely the customer and the destination is going to be the service desk. Okay. In the worker helps customer, in the worker helps customer shape, click the travel text worker to backroom. The executioner is definitely the desk worker. Token label, desk worker, and the destination is going to be the backroom. Hmm. In the customer get service, shape click the release service, click the release service desk. This will become the service desk. Last acquired, assigned to none. Okay. Travel customer to happy customers. It's going to become the customer itself, and the destination is going to be the happy customers. So click the release desk worker. Release desk worker. The resources to release is definitely going to be desk worker, and it will be last acquired. Click the destroy. Okay. So the item is going to become the customer. So now we are going to save our model, and so that's pretty much it actually. So what about this one? Synchronize. Why was there nothing here? Synchronize, synchronize. Okay, so I get it now. So what happened here is that uh, when a customer is coming in, uh, like in there, I'm connecting that customer to the object main, and the customers arrive. The source is here, 0. Instead of 0, let's have 60. So that means one customer every minute. And this one, customer's arrival, this is just, so there's like two sources. Instead of this, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to have a shape here, and I'm going to rename this as the customer's arrival. Okay, so now if I run the model, yeah, now there is this cut. Okay, now if I run the model, I'm getting this. So this source block is actually creating a token every 0 to 60 minute, and this create object element is connecting that token with an actual man. Okay, and I'm assigning a token here called customer, so the system knows which customer has he assigned. So next thing it tells that customer go to the waiting line. Okay, so Another thing, let's see if I run the model. Okay, so I can see people are not coming out of here. So that's an issue. So let's see if I stop it and let's, let's come back here. Mm, create at, create, create at, I want to here. Okay, so now let's see, stop, step. Okay, now it's working. I can see they're coming out of here. Hmm. Okay, so that was missing. So customers arrive at the where did it go? Right at customer's arrival, and once the customer is created, this block travel, it tells the customer to go to the waiting line, and we have to assign the executioner. From here, we have assigned a token called customer. Okay, so this is very important. After that, the customer is going to go to the line. We have to tell them to go to the, like, I'm still confused why this two is doing the same thing because no such information was given, but I'm thinking it's important. Other than that, it won't function. So it's an object. Yeah. So then customer move customer into waiting line, acquire, get deck service. Then we have to assign a token to know which deck service it has been assigned to. From there, from there, we are going to connect another block on happy customers through here. So if I click here, we will see that move customers to unhappy entrances token.customer model. So travel customers to token. So let's see what's here. So here and the acquire, there is a on wait time for set label. Let's see what else is here. Under release token for destination 2, okay, I shouldn't have done that. So when 200 second is over, the customers are going to come here. They are going to go to the unhappy location. They are going to destroy and they are going to sync. Okay. And then, but if it is within 200 seconds, they are going to get the desk worker and they are going to move to the service desk. So you have to let them know which desk worker they have taken and where they need to go. Destination is going to be the model and okay. So this is model. You have to click on the preserve global position, split coordinate task. So you have to assign the child token and one is going to be coming here, another one is going to be coming here. So these two tasks has to be done parallelly. If the two tasks are not completed, then this is not going to move forward. Okay. So from there, the travel customer to service block. This is the customer. We have to let them know where they have to go, which is the service desk. So after that, we have to synchronize. The two tasks has to be completed. Then the release service desk. They have to release the service desk which they acquired, and they have to go to the happy customer token.customer to the happy customer location, and the worker has to come back to the desk. So these two tasks has to be completed at the same time. Okay, so one, two. Hmm. So the split is connected to both of the synchronize. Okay, so after that, the worker, the customer leaves happy. So this is the sequence, and let's see if the metrics are still okay or not. So I can see some of the metrics is okay, but some of the metrics are not working because we have deleted many things. So we would have to do this again, but some of them is still functioning. Let's go a little faster. Hmm. A lot of them is working. The utilization is not working, and the happy and the unhappy customers is not working. So in this lecture, we learned how to combine the 3D model with the process flowchart, and we learned many things about how this works. This might seem complicated and needs some practice. So I would like to request you to like and subscribe to this channel and like this video. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And I would also like to hear which tutorial you want to know for the next video. So until then, I wish you good luck and have a great day. Thank you.